Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
A candidate for state senate sues his opponent, saying an advertisement went too far.
If you need to renew your license in Lexington, you will not be going downtown to do it. Coming up, we'll give you the new location.
We are tracking some very nice conditions out there for you today, but changes are coming. The winds will be blowing in some much cooler air starting from midweek. I'll have the latest forecast. WKYT News at 4:30 starts now.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Sam Dick reporting a candidate for state senate is suing his opponent, saying a campaign ad went too far.
An attorney for Dr. Ralph Alvarado filed a defamation lawsuit in Clark Circuit Court this morning. It's against his opponent, Senator R.J. Palmer, and political consultant Dale Emmons. He says the ad contains edited video of a courtroom exchange that was taken out of context to create the impression that Alvarado was running a pill mill and improperly billing Medicaid and Medicare. WKYT's Sean Moody has details in our top story at 4:30.
Alvarado's attorney filed this lawsuit in Clark Circuit Court this morning. He said the ad crossed the line, and they'll be doing everything they can to get it taken down.
This is the ad in question.
Where's it from?
Dr. Ralph Alvarado. I'm going to run for
senator.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
It's courtroom video from a case involving one of Alvarado's former patients, but Alvarado's attorney says it's been edited to mislead viewers.
That court hearing was taken by the Palmer campaign and spliced up. Comments were moved out of order and out of context, it's our contention, to create the impression that Dr. Alvarado was running a pill mill.
Alvarado's attorney submitted what he says is the raw video of that court hearing, saying the statements on the video don't appear as they did in the campaign ad. He's asking a judge to enter a restraining order to stop the ad from airing.
To make these sort of accusations crosses a line. We understand that politics can get rough and tumble at times, but there is a line. And we believe that the Palmer campaign has crossed it.
Brian Thomas, an attorney for the Palmer campaign, emailed a statement saying the lawsuit doesn't have merit. He says the courtroom video demonstrates that Alvarado prescribed OxyContin to a man days after the man was arrested for trying to buy $3,000 worth of painkillers from an undercover officer. In Winchester, Sean Moody, WKYT.
According to the lawsuit, Alvarado also claims the ad misleads viewers into thinking Alvarado is engaged in Medicare or Medicaid fraud. What a warm-up here in the bluegrass. What happened to the fall, Amber? Summer-like temperatures for the next couple of days.
Yeah, but big changes are coming as we get closer to Halloween. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell joins us from the First Alert Weather Center. We won't worry about that till we have to, right?
Yeah, let's not think about that. Let's not think about the chill or the flakes of snow that could be coming by the end of the week. Now, think of that. We're at 80 degrees plus in many cases out there today, and by the end of the week, we could be talking about a few flakes of snow coming up on Friday. How about that for a wild ride in the weather department? We're tracking all of those upper 70s, low 80s out there right now. 81 in Danville, 84 in Louisville, and that is a new record for those folks out there. That is just how warm it was, getting into the mid 80s around Louisville. 79 Mount Sterling, Moorhead. I mean, it is just nice any way you look at it as far as temperatures are concerned. Skies are starting to see a little more cloud cover starting to sweep in. Defender remains dry, and this will be the case throughout the rest of the day. But tomorrow, that's when we start tracking some showers and thunderstorms. There you see that cloud cover starting to increase. Winds will also start to increase as we progress through the rest of the evening and overnight tonight. A very breezy night. It'll be one of those nights where you just continue to hear the wind. And that all changes tomorrow when that frontal boundary slips through the area. I'll time it for you coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. A new driver's license branch is now open here in Lexington. That office opened this morning at the corner of Winchester and New Circle Roads. The office is located at the former site of the Fitzpatrick Furniture Store. The days and hours will be the same as before, weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And for the first time, the facility will be open on a half a day, one Saturday each month. Well, as we enter Halloween week, you might find it interesting that Lexington was once known as the City of the Dead. In the 1800s, the Lexington Cemetery had almost as many people buried there as were living in the city. The increase in burials came during the cholera plague. The president of the Lexington Cemetery says a group of men bought the land because church cemeteries were running out of space.
Lexington has grown to us around us and out away from us. So we've ended up in the center of the city.
Sam is at the live desk with our investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on this story that she is working on for us at 6. A little spooky, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Amber. I've lived in Lexington most of my life. I didn't know that this used to be called the City of the Dead.
No, right. And the general manager there at the cemetery was even saying it was so known back in the 1800s that headlines in the newspaper would literally say the City of the Dead.
Goodness.
Because just as many people were buried in the cemeteries were living in the city at that particular time.
So you took a walk, kind of a tour of the cemetery with the folks there in charge, and it's really important for more than one reason on what's on those gravestones, right?
Right, and I didn't realize this either, but if the cemetery were to lose all the records, then they would have to go by each stone and write down what is on that stone. So that's why it's important that everything on a stone be accurate. I did not realize that.
I think history like this is so fascinating. The gravestones from way back when, obviously different from the way we do things now, right?
Right, they were marble back then because that was easier to sculpt, but now they realize, that that was really meant for indoors and not outdoors, so they've moved to granite. But also back in the 1800s, families were buried together. And so you can tell that out there in the older part of the cemetery, there's just literally groups of about 20 or 25 gravestones.
Sure.
That was one family. Now, families are more transient and there are more just two people plots now instead of families.
So in the spirit of Halloween coming up, this is a really good story. I hope people will watch more at 6, right?
It's interesting.
Okay, Amber, back to you.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Well, in this state, so many people are dealing with diabetes. So what if you could simply eat dinner and help in the fight against the disease at the same time? Well, tomorrow night, you can. I am part of an event for the American Diabetes Association in Lexington called Kiss a Pig. I'm raising money to help in the fight to find a cure for the disease. And if I raise the most money, I get to kiss a pig. So I want you to join in the fun tomorrow night from 5 until 9 p.m. at the Saul Good here in Hamburg. 20% of your bill will help me get one step closer to kissing a pig and finding a cure for diabetes. All you have to do, go to WKYT.com to print off the flyer needed for tomorrow night. Hope to see you at Saul Good eating some dinner. Kentucky native Jennifer Lawrence is apparently a very valuable asset in Hollywood. We'll have more on her celebrity status. That's coming up.